Dear students, welcome to Kiran Classroom. Dear students, today we talk about mechanism of respiration in human beings. In this process of respiration, it involves two major steps, that is inhalation and exhalation. When we talk about the external respiration, it is a taking about breathing. It has two phases, inhalation and exhalation. Take air in uh, and air out from our body. What are the respiratory organs? The respiratory organs found in human beings, that are lungs. That are lungs. Let us see how air enters lungs and exit the lungs. The lungs are made up of tiny units called alveolus. That air has entered the lungs, for that the lungs need to expand and contracted. The lungs cannot make exception or contraction one. There are other parts and muscles help in the lungs to expand and collapse, to contract, to move in it and out of the lungs. Already we know that pathway of air, in that trachea divided into bronchio and bronchio into bronchioles. We say basically lungs are divided into right lung and left lung. The left lung is smaller compared to the right lung due to the space for the heart. Now question is how air moves and out of the lungs. Now let us position of the lungs, with the lungs located in trunk of our body. Trunk of our body divided into two parts, chest cavity and abdominal cavity. In the chest cavity, the lungs are present. In chest cavity, front side have chest walls. What is the chest wall is made up of? It is made up of muscles and ribs, a rib cage. Chest wall made up of muscle and bone is called ribs. The ribs find by touching in the chest cavity. If we touch, we can find them. Below the chest cavity, separating abdominal cavity, uh, this is a muscular wall. This muscular wall is called diaphragm. By the movement of diaphragm and rib in the chest walls, make the lungs operate, expand and collapse. See the diagrams. The ribs attach to the spinal cord. So when the lungs are in relaxed phase, then the ribs are downward, and during the process of inhalation, then the air is taken in ribs or slightly raised up, so by that the space in the chest cavity is increased. So as the space increases, or air passes are decreasing, by the outside air rushes into the lungs. At the same time, simultaneously the ribs are moving forward, here the diaphragm during the process of inhalation. Here the diaphragm is looking like looks like dome shape. During intake of air in the lungs, this diaphragm pulled down, the dome shape made a flat, so the room increases, means chest cavity increases. Then the air passes, or the air pressure decreases. The ribs and the diaphragm both help in passes of the air, inhalation of air. So inhalation of phase in which the air enters the lungs. The reverse process we called exhalation. Here the rate of breathing is different in different age groups. In small children's more, and adult is uh, uh, low, and when you are resting and exercising, breath rate is low. When we doing vigorous exercise like jogging, running, uh, lifting, in these situations the rate of breath is increased, but the breath rate is affected by the demand of oxygen. This is the mechanism of respiration in human beings. The lungs are protected by the layer is pleura. Okay.